This is special day. Well, perhaps. We'll find out. If I behave, yeah.
I think so. Well, that comes first.
I think we'll do the presentation, we'll do the presentations to Earl and to Fernando up at the podium. And then
Okay, we ready to go? Where's Vince?
Thank you. No more free Pepsi? My life is going to really change. Right there.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular Temple City March 17th, 2015 City Council meeting. Welcome you all here. Usually we only get a crowd like this when we have something really controversial, so I hope we're not there tonight. So thank you all for coming. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Could we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Sternquist.
Present.
Councilmember Vizcarra.
Here.
Councilmember Yu.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Chavez.
Here.
Mayor Bloom.
Here. This evening, for our invocation, we have the Reverend Jim Walden from the First Baptist Church at Temple City. He's been here numerous times with us. Jim has been pastor at First Baptist for 3 years. They host 2 other congregations, the Rock Mountain Baptist Church, a Mandarin-speaking congregation, and First Kachin Baptist Church, a Burmese congregation. They obviously have their Easter services coming up. And with that, I'd like to, if we could all rise. Pastor Walden, please lead us.
Let's pray. Father, thank you so much for how good you are to America, how good you've been and you always have been. Thank you so much for this chamber and everyone who's here, the leaders that you raise up and put into position. And God, we ask for great wisdom for them as they make decisions, that you would continue to keep your hand in America. Father, you've blessed us so much. We cannot thank you enough. Thank you for the singers that are here tonight and everyone who's participating. And we ask that we would continue to be blessed by you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. This time I'd like to call my 3 grandchildren, Matthew Keelan, Sean Keelan, and Ashley Keelan, 2 Boy Scouts and a Girl Scout, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
If you're not already standing, please stand and face the flag.
Please place your right hand over your heart.
Ready? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd now like to invite Matt Byers and the Brighter Side Singers.
Where are you gonna put them all? All the way back, guys.
Thank you, Matt and Brighter Side Singers. If you want to know what makes Temple City a great city, you just saw it. And if any of you were lucky enough to see the production, the high school production of 42nd Street this last weekend, pretty awesome. A lot of talent in this city, and we're great to have them here. Okay, I'd like to move on to item 5B on the agenda, the adoption of resolution number 15-5070, declaring the results of the canvass of vote of the general municipal election of March 3rd, 2015. Presentation by the city clerk, please.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and City Council. The city held its 2015 general municipal election on March 3, 2015, to fill 3 council seats. A canvass of the result for the election was conducted as required by law on March 3, 8 p.m. in the council chambers. A second canvass and final count to include all the vote by mail and provisional ballots was held on Friday, March 6 at 10:30 a.m. The final total votes received by each candidate are as follows. Nanette Fish received a final count of 1,551 votes, representing 25.9% of the votes. William Mann received a final count of 1,681 votes, representing 28.1% of the vote. Richard J. Chang received a final count of 606 votes, representing 10.1%. James Cleary received a final count of 380 votes, representing 6.4%. And Cynthia Sternquist received a final count of 1,755 votes, representing 29.4 votes. Tonight, City Council is requested to adopt Resolution 15-5070, reciting the fact of the general municipal election held on March 3, 2015, and declaring the results.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I would make a motion that we
Accept the election results and based on what we just heard.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to adopt resolution number 15-5070. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
No one's opposed. It's unanimously carried. I'd like to thank Peggy and her staff for conducting the election and all the work that went in to that, so thank you very much. Okay, next is item 5C on the agenda, and it says here that the outgoing mayor gets to say a few things.
That's you.
Oh, that's me, he said,
Yes.
okay. I do, this is, I'd like to start with a number of thank yous. First of all, thanking God for health and energy to do this job. Thank God for our city and all the blessings we have and for the great nation that we live in. Second, I'd like to thank my family, especially my wife Jeanette. She made a lot of sacrifices for me being on the council. Many of you know we have a special needs daughter at home, and when I'm away at meetings, studying issues, handling emails, attending events, going to conferences occasionally, she's carried the bulk of the burden. So I want to thank her greatly for all that, and hopefully we'll be able to spend more time together. I have some flowers here I'd like to present to her, so if she could come up, please. Okay, I'd then like to thank our city staff, the employees that are on the front line that provide the services, our department heads who provide the direction of staff, and who put together the reports that we get for each council meeting. I'm not sure if everybody knows, but we get a packet like this before each council meeting, and staff does a very thorough job of briefing us on all the issues and giving us the pros and cons and all the other things we need to know. So I thank them for that. I'd like to thank our front office, Peggy, Marilyn, Giselle, and Amelia. They're the behind-the-scenes people that take care of many, many little details that make these meetings run smoothly and all the other things that we do run quite smoothly. I'd like to thank our city attorney and his staff, Eric Vale. While usually sitting quietly at our meetings, he provides clarity when we get fumbling up here on what we're supposed to do, and we appreciate that. But most of his work and his staff's work is done behind the scenes on a week-to-week basis. And when we head into closed sessions, that's where our city attorney is very helpful. So thank you, Eric, and your staff. I want to thank our city managers. Since we've been together as a team, we had Jose Polito, Don Penman, and now Brian Cook. And they help drive the organization and deliver on the goals that we set. I want to thank our commissioners. I see many of them are here tonight for volunteering their time and talents in guiding the various programs and services of our city. I want to thank the ministers that come and give the invocations at our meetings on a regular basis. And I wanted to thank, and I'll talk about it in a little bit, you know, we wanted to have transparency here, so we start televising our meetings. And that doesn't happen just by chance. Behind this wall is the Wizard of Oz. And I'd like to ask Jack and Susan if they could stick their heads out. And they make it possible for those at home to view these meetings. I'd then like to thank the citizens, those who show up at our meetings, our regulars, Jerry and Mary and Janice and Jim and others that are here all the time, those who watch us on TV or on their computers, and those who show up occasionally and muster up enough courage to stand at that podium and speak to us. And I thank you for coming out and doing that. That's what our government is all about. I'd now like to talk about some of the things that we accomplished. As you know, 5 or 6 years ago, our city government, we had some serious challenges here in Temple City. Our then newly formed council team set out to do 4 major things. Number 1 was to restore confidence in our city government. And the first thing that happened is Mayor Pro Tem Chavez and Councilmember Yu got on the council with others, was we started televising our meetings. We started a website that includes anything you want to know about the city on it. We started Connect Magazine, our quarterly magazine, to give you more insight into things going on in the city. We encouraged city participation and input. We provided public comment time at our regular meetings, both early in the meeting and late in the meeting. And we held community and public meetings on all kinds of stuff to provide the citizens a chance to participate and gain confidence in our city. Second was a change of attitude, or what I call corporate culture, of the council and staff. Basically from a status quo reactive culture to one of being proactive and high performing. We probably wore ourselves out trying to do that. It started with our council adopting a set of protocol and ethical guidelines to say this is where the bar is going to be for us in the future, and we've maintained that throughout the time we've been here on the council. It also showed on all the ad hoc and standing committees we had, way more than I'd like to say that we've had, but lots of hard work. This change also took place on staff. We've had a turnover of all of our department heads except one, so there's basically a new culture there. The third thing we tried to do and we wanted to do was to build a farm system. We realized that our city has a lot of talented people, but they weren't coming forward to start assuming leadership positions, and they just seemed to be hands off from the city. So we added 2 new commissions. We modified the way commissioners are selected. We formed a youth committee. We instituted a citizens academy, and we formed citizen advisory committees to help more people become involved in running the city. And the fourth and final thing that we set out to do was plan for the future. We celebrated our 50th anniversary as a city in 2010, but we needed to look to the next 50 years. The recent adoption of a strategic plan with priorities for implementation culminated 5 years of evaluating, studying, getting input from stakeholders and citizens on all aspects of our city. This will provide specific guidance for the next 3 to 5 years, and in some cases for many years to come. I'm proud to say that we have, for the most part, accomplished the major things we set out to do. Of course, none of this would have been accomplished without the cohesive team we have here on the council. I'm proud to have the opportunity to serve with 4 very intelligent, very dedicated, very hardworking colleagues. And I'd now like to give them each a little token of appreciation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we open it now?
You can open it. One of them pops out, so be careful.
All right. Very nice. Show it to the crowd. Our new Temple City emblem with all our names on there. It's very special. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you very much, Mayor.
Okay, and I'd now like to congratulate Councilwoman Sternquist on being reelected, Nan Fish for getting elected, and William Mann for getting elected. I wish them well as they form a new council team. I'd like to thank everyone for the opportunity to have served on the council and having served as your mayor for this last year. Thank you. I believe the Mayor Pro Tem is taking over at this point.
Okay, we're all going to have opportunity to, of course, say some words about both Carl and Fernando, but at this time, I would like to make a formal presentation to Carl Bloom in recognition of your dedicated services as council member to the affairs of the community and residents of the Temple City. So Carl, you want to come on up? And we've got a plaque, and then we've got an official Temple City flag. I didn't even know there was such a thing, but there it is. Actually, you want to stay best of then, and come on up. We've got some more presentations for you. We also have some special people here today to honor Carl with some certificates of recognition. I'd first like to call up the City of Rosemead Mayor Bill Alarcon. Bill, you want to come on up? I know you're, where are you? There isn't anybody here from the fire department, is there? Okay, just want to make sure. All right, Bill, you want to?
Good evening, everyone. I'm very proud to be here to commemorate with the last few days, the last few hours of Carl's job. As a mayor myself, I know it's a little bit different as being just a council person. You still only get one vote, but everyone thinks that you run the place. Especially in your neighborhood, everybody wants to, this dog's bothering me, this. So you just sit there and say, you write down what's going on, all those good things. But the best thing about Carl is his wife grew up in Rosemead. So she probably taught him how to be the mayor, I'm sure. We appreciate the job he's done. It's critical because in this day and age, especially in LA County, we kind of get lost with the money and things like that. So it's imperative that cities like ourselves, Temple City, Rosemead, San Gabriel, we're right there in the big think of the San Gabriel Valley, and which is going bananas with immigration and making a lot of bringing in a lot of money in. So it's really important that we continue to do well. And the best thing about it is we're all about more or less the same size cities. So we have this. We know problems. We share sheriffs as a contract city. So, and it's. But I'm kind of getting a little out of halfway here. But Carl would. I'm sure you know, has spent many hours figuring out what to do and getting all kinds of advice, and that's where your staff comes in and helps you. So, but anyway, from all I hear and see, Carl, you've done a wonderful job. And here's a little token from the city of Rosemead.
Stay close. Also, by the way, Bill just got reelected in the city of Rosemead, so congratulations. Next, I'd like to call up Adam Sue from Assemblymember Ed Chow's office for his first presentation. And then if Eric can kind of work his way up here, and also Enrique Robles, so we can,
Thank you. I'm here on behalf of Assemblymember Ed Chow, And all of us just want to present this certificate in honor of Mayor Bloom's many years of leadership and dedication to the residents of Temple City. Your passion for public service is much appreciated. Thank you.
Okay, next we got Clayton Eric from Senator Ed Hernandez's office. You didn't think we were going to let you out of here that early, did you? No, we're almost done, don't we?
Hi there, Mr. Mayor. On behalf of State Senator Ed Hernandez of the 22nd California Senate District, I have a certificate to present to you in appreciation of many years of public service for the city of Temple City. Thank you for improving the quality of life for your residents. Best of luck in your future endeavors. And on a personal note, I really want to thank you for your service. I grew up in the area. I attended the Camellia Festival as a Boy Scout. My Boy Scout troop was located in Temple City. Temple City is a great city, and I really want to thank you for preserving the great city of Temple City. Thank you.
By the way, we've had an opportunity to work with Senator Hernandez quite a bit on issues affecting the city, and we appreciate his paying attention to what's going on here. And I know we've got some stuff coming up in the future that we're relying on him to help us with. So,
Okay, I next would like to introduce Enrique Robles from Congresswoman Judy Chu's office.
Thank you. I would first like to take a moment to quickly congratulate the newly elected council. Congratulations. If we can be of help in any way, please reach out to us. And then, Mayor, you know, I work for an elected official, and I think that's hard work. But the fact is that elected officials have a very difficult time. It's a very challenging job, and we really appreciate what you do. Your service and your commitment over the past 10 years is greatly appreciated. You are a legend, really, of Temple City, so thank you so much for the work you've done. And on behalf of Congresswoman Judy Chu, I present to you this certificate of congressional recognition. Congratulations.
Next, we have Brian Mejia from Supervisor Antonivich's office.
Cindy.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Chavez, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Supervisor Mike Antonovich, I bring welcome and appreciation to our citizens here today as we pay homage to Mayor Bloom and Councilmember Vizcarra for their service to our communities. First, I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of the supervisor and thank you, Carl, for your service and for sacrificing the many times to service the community, just, you know, being away from your family. But it's a very much appreciated, and I just want to extend his appreciation to you on behalf of Supervisor Antonovich, representing the 5th District of Los Angeles County. So I'd like to present this commendation, wish you well, and we will definitely, hopefully, still be in contact. If we can be of any of service, Carl, he is a county employee for many years. He knows how to reach us. So congratulations, Carl, and God bless you and your family.
As Brian said, Brian's boss was my boss for many years.
And we have Captain Jacob from the Temple Station. I think I saw her. There she is. To make a special presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. I'm going to present this on behalf of Sheriff Jim McDonnell. I'll go ahead and read what was written. In recognition of more than 5 years of distinguished service to the residents of Temple City and your steadfast support of the Sheriff's Department, you have displayed integrity, dedication, and commitment to Temple City and the criminal justice system and are a proven partner of the law enforcement community. The men and women of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department join me in congratulating you on this momentous occasion and wish you well in your future endeavors. Signed, Jim McDonnell, Sheriff. And personally, as the captain at Temple Station, I certainly appreciate you, Mr. Mayor. I've been around off and on since you were elected to City Council, and I've appreciated our friendship and our partnership. Thank you very much.
Go sit down. Okay, now, if I was thinking ahead, which I should have been, I probably should have done this together, but you know what, this is a little, it's okay, because each individual, I think, should be recognized separately, and of course, in addition to losing Carl as mayor, sadly, we're going to lose another council member, and that is Fernando Vizcarra. So I'd like to have Fernando come on up, and we're going to present him. Of course, I don't want to read this, but you know, you've done a lot for this city. And you know, in recognition of all that, we're going to miss you. But we're all going to get a little chance to say things about you. So here's your plaque, okay? And then we've also got a flag for you. Isn't that cool?
That's a beautiful
I know, isn't it? I don't know what you're going to put it there. All right. I see. I want to. Next time I go to your house, I want to see that prominently displayed somewhere. All right. There you go. All right. So we're going to go through this real quickly, again, okay? And Karam, we'll go the opposite way. Why don't you come on up first, all right? And we'll have you make your presentations, and then we'll go with the rest of them.
Again, I'll present this on behalf of Sheriff Jim McDonnell. In recognition of your distinguished career in public service to the residents of Temple City, during your 12 years of service as a member of the City Council, you've displayed integrity, dedication, and commitment. The men and women of Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department honor your dedicated service and wish you well in your future endeavors. Signed, Jim McDonnell, Sheriff. And again, on a personal note, I've known Fernando, well, probably close to the 15 years I've been in and out of Temple Sheriff Station. And he's been a great friend, and I've appreciated the support he's given us in the Sheriff's Department and at Temple Station. Thank you very much, Fernando. I'm going to miss you.
Councilman, on behalf of Congresswoman Judy Chu, I just want to also echo what was said earlier. Thank you so much for the work you've done. The Congresswoman is very appreciative. You are another legend of Temple City with your 12 years of service, so thank you again. And I'm sure we'll be seeing you in the future in other projects. So thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
On behalf of State Senator Ed Hernandez, I would like to give this certificate to you, Councilmember Fernando Vizcarra, in appreciation of many years of public service for the city of Temple City. Thank you for improving the quality of life for your residents. Best of luck in your future endeavors, dated today, March 17th, 2015. And once again, on a personal note, I really want to thank you for your leadership in the city of Temple City. I live around the area, and I've truly enjoyed Temple City. It's a very unique and very enjoyable city. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Once again, on behalf of Assemblymember Ed Chow, it's my pleasure to present this certificate recognizing Mr. Fernando Vizcarra's commitment to the residents of the Temple City. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. As you can tell, we go way back. Also a county employee, retired for many years. Councilman Vizcarra, on behalf of the supervisor, I want to express his appreciation for your service, years of service to the city of Temple City, and for sacrificing your time, of course, attending many meetings, including many regional meetings like the San Gabriel Valley Council of Governments. Pleasure to work with you on your side. And as we continue to service our constituents. So on behalf of the supervisor, I present this commendation Fernando, wish you lots of luck, and please stay in contact. There are many things we can do after we served many years on the council and on retirement life. So we'll find work for you to do, Fernando.
Look out for my golf
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that. Of course. But congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice.
I won't give you a bad time.
I appreciate it. Oh, Fernando, I got a message from all the golf courses all over Southern California, and they say they expect you to be there twice a week. Fernando always brags about his people here in Temple City. He always brags about the concert you have, and it's hard for me to argue with him. But one thing I learned is not to play golf with him, because I understand he's a pretty darn good guy, and I'm a duffer. So, but good luck to you, and we all appreciate the work that goes into being a councilman. That you don't just show up at the meetings and look pretty and they kiss babies and things like that. There's a lot of work in between, and you really make it. It's the best way. This is the way our forefathers, and when they found this great country, this is how they thought. When I was walking just recently, some lady told me, "Oh, I just voted for the president." Times, and I said to her, it's incredible. Here you're talking to not just me, but to a guy who's going to listen and possibly have an impact. And I was just dumbfounded. I said, that's not the way you should look at it. You should, every time you go out in the street and you see at a park, just say something. We like to hear good things too, though. Okay. Not just the bad things, and I know Fernando always would go back and talk to the staff, and you can't always get what you want, but at least you get your voice heard. So I'm sure you'll now be talking to these guys directly.
I'll make them for you.
Good luck to you. God bless you.
Okay, bear with us. We're going to take one last official photo together. Okay, so let's have everyone come on up. Done this a few times up here.
Actually, before the meeting started, both the two senior council member actually gave me a uniform inspection. They told me to button up my shirt, so.
Thank you, Jared.
This is your opportunity then.
My turn? I've been told that it's my turn to address you and to speak. And since the hour is getting late, actually I have a lot of notes, but I won't do them all. And I'll just give you some random thoughts. There's a lot of people to thank, so I'll do it the easy way. I'm thanking everybody that Carl thanked.
That's a good job.
And I'm congratulating the newbies, the folks that just got elected. Congratulations to y'all, and re-elected. Now, Carl, you missed one person on the list of city managers, and that was early on. Kathy Burrows, are you here?
She's waving outside.
She's out there waving. She actually took over when the city manager that we had at the time left, and we needed somebody to fill the void. So Kathy is also one of the city managers that helped to run this place. So thank you. The next thing I'd like to do is recognize, choked up already.
Water.
Yeah, water. My tribe. My daughters are here, and raise your hand so they can see you. And two of my grandbabies over there. Now, there's a couple of other folks I'd like to thank. Caron and Sergeant Miranda, you know how I feel. Thank you. Now, this is going to be kind of an interesting group. I'll stand up for a minute so I can see where you are. Mary, are you here? Stand up, please, if you can. Yes. And the rest of the old TCNA crew. Yeah. Joe, get up. Now, this group was together. We were much larger 12 years ago when that whole thing on the corner of Rosemead and Las Tunas started. And we were rabble-rousers. We were a protest group. And that was when I decided to run. And some kind of miracle, got elected. And 12 years later, here I am. But these were the folks that really pushed me. There were quite a few more that have moved along out of the area or are not here tonight. They're not as many as there were, but I wanted you to know that that group existed. And it was a grassroots group that did it. And I think half the people, if not all the people on the city council and the commissions hated us because we were in here raising hell because things were happening that citizens simply did not approve of. And so we made our voices heard, and this is what happened. So thank you. I think the most important thing that I've gotten out of all this is that I've tried to give as much as I could, but I've gotten a lot back. And there we go again. Anyway, I've learned that the city has to welcome and embrace its citizens. And before this group got on board, that wasn't happening. So it's happening now, and I expect the new folks to maintain that and improve upon it. Otherwise, I'll be here with my group again. Bear in mind that many things were accomplished because citizens came forward. And I just made a list of a few. There was this huge old sycamore tree on my block on Golden West down at the end. And Carol, whose last name I can't remember, came to us and very upset. And the tree was supposed to come down because it was doing damage to the street and the sidewalk. And we had some discussions. We looked at it. We all went down and looked at it. Brian and I were down there looking at it. We came back, we discussed it, and we decided, no, the tree's staying. We'll change the street. But the tree was worth keeping. As a result of citizen interest, we have the bust in the park on the corner over there. And the most recent thing, it seems insignificant, but it's because somebody came here. That's the stop sign up on Encinitas and Longden, is it? Mm-hmm. You know, it seems like a simple thing, but it was much needed. And as a result of citizen input, my daughter, we have the farmer's market. So I just throw that out to you. Please keep it up. So with that, and the other thing I have to recognize are this city has the greatest cadre of volunteers. You know, starting with all the Camellia folks, Nan, your groups, St. Luke's and the Camellia, their festival, all of these things. We have the Citizens Academy. We keep getting more and more volunteers. We get more people involved, and as a result, we accomplish a lot. So I think that's great, and thank you all. And that's it for me. Thank you, Temple City.
Okay, before we do that, one other person I think we all need to recognize and thank, and that's our city's photo historian, Jerry Jambazian.
Just to tell you what a trooper he is, he was in an accident recently, and I know his back is killing him, but he's here tonight, so always in his spot.
Okay, we now move to item 5D on the agenda. This is the oath of office to the newly elected council members. City Clerk?
Thank you, Mayor. If I may please have Ms. Fish, Mr. Mann, and Councilmember Sternquist join me at the front for an oath of office.
Thank you. Do you want to keep this? They're going to give me another one. Or they're going to give me another one.
Shall we go sit?
Yeah, you guys are. Well done. We'll take it later. Take some.
If I may please have the new council members take their place in the dais.
Just take a seat somewhere. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, you're in the middle.
I'm gonna sit in the middle?
Or just for a minute.
Okay. Get a picture. It's a fleeting moment. I know it is.
I will now open nomination for the election of mayor.
Well, it gives me great pleasure to nominate Councilmember Tom Chavez as our next mayor.
Second that?
Hearing no further nominations, Mayor Tom Chavez is voted into the seat of mayor by acclamation.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Okay, do I have to move?
No, just stay
Okay.
right there. We're fine. I can do all the same things from here.
Okay,
All right.
perfect.
Okay. Well, I would now like to call nominations for election of Mayor Pro Tem.
I would like to nominate Councilmember Yu for Mayor Pro Tem. I'd like to second.
Okay, so we have a first and a second. So Councilmember Vincent Yu is now elected Mayor Pro Tem by acclamation. Congratulations. Okay, at this time, you're going to have to bear a little bit longer with us because we're going to allow our new council members and the council members sitting up here for any comments they want to make. Do you want to do that first?
Yeah, Mr.
Okay.
Mayor, I think it's important as the new mayor to have the gavel to run this meeting. So
All right.
on behalf of the city, and on behalf of the city, the rest of the city council members, I'd like to present you with a new gavel.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. I guess I am moving. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to start over to my right. Councilmember Mann, for any comments you would like to make at this time, any thank yous, whatever you want to talk about, go ahead. Sure.
Thank you, Mayor. I think it's truly a blessing for me to be seated here today, along with 4 other accomplished and well-esteemed individuals, and to be able to follow in the footsteps of great leaders like Carl Bloom and Fernando Vizcarra. They are truly a role model for myself, as well as many others who have lived in residence both long and short. And it goes without saying that they have really set the bar high, which is a good thing for others to follow, like myself and Councilmember Fish. And I would like to extend my thanks to them for really being the role models that we all need, and for showing us that government, local government, can truly be run in an effective and responsible manner. So thank you, outgoing Mayor Bloom and outgoing Councilmember Vizcarra. I also want to thank the rest of the entirety of the previous City Council for their work, because they played a major role in setting that example. And they were, as a whole, the body of the previous City Council was an inspiration to me in my endeavors to get to this point where I am now. Personally, everything leading up to this point has truly been an incredible journey. And first, I'd like to thank my family, my wife, Helen, who has been my rock and anchor, and reluctantly my campaign manager. Thank you, I love you. I wouldn't be here without you. I want to thank my parents for choosing, of all places, to move to Temple City in 1992. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here today without having grown up here, having seen the city evolve and change and progress over the last 22 years. So thank you, both Mom and Dad, and also especially my father, for also setting an example by serving on the El Monte Union High School board. He has shown me that the level of commitment that is necessary to really give back to our community, and how rewarding that experience truly is. So thank you. And so I mentioned the journey that really brought me here to this place. Many friendships were forged along this way, and I think both Carl and Fernando have mentioned many of those names that have really provided me the encouragement and support that I really need to make it to this point. And that support was really what carried me past to the finish line. Without them, I wouldn't be here today. But for me, this isn't simply the end of a journey. For me, this is a new beginning. A beginning of a new and exciting journey that I am delighted to be a part of, and I'm very happy to know that I will be sharing this experience with 4 of my fellow council members, because I know it will be rewarding to work with those who share a passion, commitment, and dedication to our community. So I look forward very much to working with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Mann. Councilmember Fish? How's that sound, by the way?
It sounds
Okay,
odd.
cool.
Sounds very
All right.
odd. First, I'd like to apologize for not wearing green. I totally, completely forgot. I want to first start off by thanking Fernando Vizcarra and Carl Bloom, their contributions to this, and for their contributions to the city of Temple City. I want to make a personal promise to the 2 of them, and I don't see Carl. Where's Carl? He's in the other side.
He's outside.
He's outside. Boy, he's gone already. I just wanted to make a personal promise to the 2 of them. Oh, there's Fernando. That I am going to make this my priority to put the residents of Temple City first and to work hard and to keep the standards high in Temple City for the performance of our council members. I would like to also congratulate Cynthia Sternquist and William Mann on very successful campaigns. It was my pleasure to support both of you, and I look forward to working with both of you. To my fellow council members, thank you for your encouragement, friendship, and experience, and working with you will be my privilege and honor. To our city manager, Brian Cook, I would like to thank you for making this transition very smooth. Your kindness, patience, and professionalism is much appreciated. And lastly, to my family, friends, and supporters. My friends and supporters, I cannot thank you enough for this opportunity to serve as your council member. I could not have done this alone and appreciate each and every one of you for believing in me. Meetings at my camping headquarters, Apollo Burger, of course, every weekend was a great encouragement. And also want to thank you for always reminding me that I can do this. Cameron, Kevin, and Lainey for putting up with me these past few months. This was not easy with my crazy life. My husband, Kevin, who you don't always see, but is always working hard for me behind the scenes, putting up signs, taking down signs, telling everyone he meets, even people that don't live in Temple City, to vote for me, feeding me, trying to keep track of my schedule. Thank you, and I love you. My son Cameron, for always remembering to bring in my car at night, for giving me hugs and telling me that everything will be all right. And lastly, of course, my daughter Lainey, my unofficial campaign manager and personal secretary, always only being one text away from anything I need, and always being my biggest cheerleader. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem, I'll pass it over to you for any remarks.
You wanna wait till the end? For
Yeah.
Councilman? Okay. All right.
I'm going from end to end. I have a little, just,
Okay, all right. I'll keep it short. I want to offer here a heartfelt gratitude to the outgoing council members, our mayor, and former mayors, Carl Bloom and Fernando Vizcarra. It has been an honor working with both of you on the council. I learned a lot. Both of them are county employees, as you may know, and Fernando brought with him vast experience in HR and so many things on the municipal side. I had the pleasure of working with him on many things on standing committees and just as well, such as the city council chamber. He was instrumental in that. He was instrumental in the farmers market. And most of all, I was thankful to him for appointing me to the Planning Commission 12 years ago that started this whole thing. Outgoing Mayor Bloom, I really appreciate working with you, especially on the Rosemead Boulevard project. For those of you that know Carl, he is really very, very special. He and I both work at the county Department of Public Works, well, just like William Mann also now. But Carl is so special. He and I never actually worked together. He retired the year that I joined the county Department of Public Works. But just to illustrate how special he is at the Department of Public Works. Most recently, I talked to a staff member at the Watershed Division. And I said, I work with Carl Bloom. Don't you remember Carl? He said, oh, yes, of course, everybody knows Carl. Carl is a legend here. So that is sufficient to illustrate how great a man he is. He's also very instrumental in getting our strategic planning done. He and I both served on the Planning Commission together as well 12 years ago, and then also on the City Council. It's been a pleasure working with both of them, and it's also an honor to serve with them just as well. Tom, I'm looking forward to working with you, and then also take this opportunity to thank William Mann, or congratulate William Mann, congratulate Councilmember Mann. Takes a little while to get used to. Councilmember Fish, and of course my colleague here, congratulations, Councilmember Sternquist, for winning the re-election. Looking forward to serving with all four of you.
Thank you. Councilmember Sternquist and I go back a long ways to Parks and Recreation. Where's Kathy Burrows? Kathy still here? She's waving. Kath, how does it look up here? 3 former Parks and Recs commissioners, huh? How about that? Huh? We owe it all to Kathy. She was a good mentor for us all. So, all right, Councilmember Sternquist, your turn.
Well, about 2 weeks ago, when all of the council members except myself started wishing farewell to Fernando and Carl Bloom, I really didn't have much to say at that time, and I thought I would save that for this evening. And so every day since then, I've sat in front of the computer and started writing some notes. And after about 5 minutes, I'd get up, get a cup of coffee, come back, start writing some more notes. And nothing was on the page. And I realized, after doing this consecutively day after day, that there really wasn't anything I could put down in paper to express my gratitude to both Carl Bloom and to Fernando Vizcarra. One of the pleasures serving on this council has been to serve with such wonderful colleagues. And I think there's very few times in a position like this when the stars and the moon align and everything falls in place. And it did. And I think that was a blessing from God, that this group came together and helped move this city forward with the wonderful staff we have, the city managers, our city attorney, and anyone who had anything to do with making this city a better place and a better place than it is today. I think it was 12 years ago when I first ran for election. I bet a lot of people don't even remember this, and it was my first election, and I really didn't know what I was doing. Turned in my papers the day that they were due at like 5 o'clock or 5 minutes to 5, and the city clerk said, well, where's your campaign statement? And I said, well, what is that? And she said, and your check for $1,500 to run for election. And I said, but I don't even have my checkbook. So I really didn't know what the process was, but I do know that not having a campaign statement and not really knowing what I was doing, I was taught very well by Fernando Vizcarra that hard work, walking, meeting residents, talking to them, is what matters the most. And so even though I lost that election by about 20 votes, and there was a coin flip that election because Dan Arrighi and Fernando Vizcarra tied with about 940 votes, I thought the easiest way was just for the two of them to let the person that was third become a council member. But they decided to do a coin flip, and Lord and behold, this is the council that we had, and what a wonderful council it is. I think this council and the work that they've done will be a legacy, and I want to thank Councilmember Vizcarra and Councilmember Bloom for being part of that legacy and making the city move forward. We haven't seen the last of Councilmember Bloom and Councilmember Vizcarra because, like both of them said, we've tried to embrace our community and our residents and engage them. And you heard of the wonderful things we do: Citizens Academy, CERT trainings, and a youth commission. But you didn't hear about a senior commission. And they are our two senior council members. So I am proposing to our new council that maybe we look into our establishing a senior commission and maybe making them part of that. So congratulations to both of you for serving the city with integrity and honesty and a passion for only making it better. Thank you. And then, on another note, this is so special. Losing election and meeting all those wonderful people, I never felt like I lost anything that first time around. Then when I was elected 4 years ago, I was overjoyed with just pride and humility that I was able to serve the residents and that people really thought I should do this. And to be reelected is even more special because it tells me that the work that I've done for 4 years is meaningful and that people care about who makes the rule, I don't want to say rules, but who helps move their city forward. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank all the residents who voted for me. I thank all my neighbors who had my signs plastered all over. All the staff for their encouragement. Anyone who knocked on a door for me or passed out a flyer. I am so grateful for that. My fellow council members for all your support. I see so many friends here that I have met through my 4 years being on council, from Board of Realtors and fellow city council members who have come out, and I am humbled and honored by you being here this evening, so thank you for that. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank my close friends, my family, whether or not they wanted to be on my committee, they were, and my rock, my husband, Greg, of 37 years. I could not do this without him. He is my #1 fan. He is there all the time for me. So thank you. I love you also. And I congratulate William and Nan Fish. I'm looking forward to working with all of you. Our new mayor and our new pro tem and the staff. I'm elated to be here for another 4 years. And to all of the residents, I am honored to represent you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. To follow along that theme of senior commission, one of the things, and now that we lose Carl and Fernando, I now become the oldest sitting member up here, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe I'll join you on that senior commission one of these days. Okay. Well, I don't know. That's a good thing to let the lawyer go last because you guys probably all want to get out of here, I'm sure. Although we planned on getting out of here about 8:30, and I saw by that clock it's only 20 to 8, so we're ahead of time, I think, right? No, we haven't changed it, I guess. Huh? All right, I'm going to be quick, I promise, because we do have some business to take care of. By the way, I just want to mention, those of you who are here, of course, we're going through the ceremonial things now. Once we're done with that, we do have some regular business to take care of. Feel free if you want. I know they're already set up over there at the Historical Society for the reception, so I don't want to see a mass exit necessarily, but we're going to take care of some business, and then we'll be joining you. So, you know, one word to describe my emotions right now, I think, is bittersweet. You know, it's been a pleasure and an honor to have sat up here for 6 years with Cindy and with Vince, of course, and Fernando and Carl. But at the same time, I'm excited because I know that our two new members, William Mann and Nan Fish, bring with them a great enthusiasm, a great work ethic, and I know you guys are going to do a fantastic job, and it will be a seamless transition into what we've started and what I hope to accomplish in the future. So, you know, again, I want to thank Vincent Yu, we came in together 6 years ago, and we're going to go out together in a couple of years, and it's amazing how time goes by so fast. And of course, as I said, Councilmember Sternquist and I go all the way back to Parks and Rec, and you know, it's we've been up here a long time. So, Carl, is Carl here? I think he's still here. You know, when we had a vacancy on the council a few years ago, Carl's name was the first one that popped into my head. You know, he brings a certain confidence and independence, and initiative to our council, and I think we can all tell by how he ran the meetings and how he worked as our mayor. So, you know, I'm going to miss you, Carl, but I know we're going to see you around a lot, and you're going to be involved as ever. And you know, I can't thank you enough for all you've done for the city. We've already heard the accomplishments, the Rosemead Boulevard, city protocols, our strategic plan, of course, that you will leave an imprint on this city for many years to come. So thank you very much. Fernando, the seasoned veteran, I like to say. You know, 5 years ago, we were a rookie council, and he had been around the block a few times, and I mean that in a good way. You know, it was very special to me, I know, when I took council, and you were served as sort of my mentor, and going out to breakfast together and talking about things, and I will forever be grateful for that, and I want to thank you. I can't thank you enough for all the things that you've shown me, and for your accomplishments and everything you've done for this city. As he said earlier, we would not have a farmer's market. Fernando was certainly urged the creation of our arts program, and you know, he certainly has an imprint left on City Hall this year. So thank you very much, and we're still going to go out to breakfast, though. I think you owe me one, so, all right. But, you know, to both of you gentlemen, you know, your contributions will be missed, there's no question, but your input has been felt, and a grateful city will not forget you. So thank you very much for what you've done. I'm going to take your route. I'm going to thank everybody that everybody else thanked, okay? So we can get out of here early. But, you know, staff, of course, I can't say enough about Brian Cook, our city manager, our city attorney, Eric Vale. One thing I want to say about Eric Vale has a quality that most attorneys lack, and that is to explain things to us in plain English. So thank you. I know the audience thanks you, and certainly I thank you as well, and we all do. So thanks for what you do. Many of our commissioners are here in the audience. Thank you for what you do, our unsung heroes in the city. They work for free. They're a fantastic group. Many of them are graduates of our Citizens Academy and are longtime residents who just all share a common bond, and that is they care a great deal about their community. So thank you very much. Special thanks to our school representatives who are here. We have our our superintendent, Kathy Perini. We've got some of our board members here. Special thanks, of course, to our business members, our Chamber of Commerce who are here, and of course, our residents, those of you who come to our meetings and keep us on our toes. You know, we value that tremendously, so thank you very much. Captain Caron Jacobs, thank you for coming back to our city and doing the great job you do, and Ron Miranda for all that you do for our city. Our sheriffs certainly do their best to keep Temple City safe, and we appreciate that very much. 4 years ago, I walked in here, and I see my high school friends sitting in the audience, and I go, whoa, what are they? I had a friend come down from Portland, Oregon 4 years ago. But you know, many of them are here today, Ben, Gary, Randy. We share a bond for over 45 years now. And they're here to be part of this special night. So thank you so much for doing that. And you know, I really, really appreciate it. Annie Park and my IYF friends, remember a few years ago when we were involved, and they're here tonight too, so thank you for coming. You know, I think Ben and Lynn and Carla from my law office are here. Gary Stewart, my confidant, who helped me tremendously over the years and trying to figure out what I need to do as a politician and do a good job, so thank you very much. Of course, my family, my two sons, there's Evan in the back, just waved to me, and Sean. You know, it can be difficult to be a child of an elected official, especially when you go out to dinner in Temple City. You know, everybody wants to come up and have a word with you, and they just want, of course, have a quiet dinner. But you know, they obviously supported me, and I know my oldest son always gives me a hard time. Says, "Dad, you set the bar too high," you know, and but I didn't. You know, and you guys are going to find that with your hard work and keep doing what you're doing, and your accomplishments will far outweigh anything that I could ever dream of. Of course, my partner for almost 40 years, my wife Jane. Has it been 40 years? Boy, I'll tell you.
I think it's 37.
37. I had completely black hair, of course, when we were married, but. You know that old saying, behind every good man is a good woman, right? Well, I want to say, though, I prefer to say that a good woman usually precedes a good man. And that best describes my wife, Jane. You know, she's my rock, and she always has been. And I know everyone's expressed their love for their spouses up here. And, of course, we all are lucky in that way, that we have great spouses, because we couldn't do this job without them, believe me. And so thank you very much. So that's about it. I was going to talk about what we're going to do in the future, but you have to come back to find out about that. But we got a lot on our plate, and believe me, you've heard a lot about it tonight, and this council is going to continue to work hard for all of you, and thank you for all your support over the years, and we look forward to the years coming, and all the things that we're going to do to make this city the great city that it is. So thank you very much. Okay, so now we're going to move into the business part. So if any of you are standing up, you want to take some time or head on up there, you're welcome to do so. But we're going to move on to item 6 on our agenda, which is the public comments on items not listed on the agenda. The City Council will now hear public comments regarding items not listed on the agenda. The procedure to address the City Council is highlighted on the first page. So we do have some speakers. I'll give it a minute to clear out. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, huh?
Yeah.
That's okay. Hey, we're holding them here a long time.
I think people are hungry.
Can some people please stay? No, I'm just kidding. All right. They're all leaving. They're all hungry.
That's funny.
That's okay. We have to do the hard work. Okay, why don't we call Jing Ling up here? Jing, you want to come on up? Is Jing Lee still here? There she is in the back. Jing, come on up from our library. Okay, you have to keep your voices down though, please, because we're still running the meeting. So try to keep your voices down, please.
Good
All right.
evening. First, I would like to thank you, the outgoing mayor and the council member, and for their support for the library, and also congratulations to the newly elected council
Thank you.
council member. And I'm looking forward to work with you.
Thank you.
So let's. I'm here. This is Jean. I'm from Temple City Library. I'm here to talk about our upcoming library programs. This coming Saturday, 21st, from 2 to 3, we have a line-yard craft lace kitchen workshop. It's for the whole family. And April 4th, Saturday from 12 to 2, we have a botanic garden workshop, the drawing exhibit, and also the drawing class. The art exhibition will be hosted to the library from, I think, until May in the meeting room. So feel free to learn about the botanical illustration and the wonderful nature of California plants in your backyard garden. Then Saturday, April 18, from 2 to 3, we have another program called Create a Beautiful Succulent Terrarium in a workshop presented by John Bachman. So all material will be provided. And the last program I want to mention is Saturday, April 25th, from 2:30 to 3:30. We're going to have a Dia de los Niños storytelling. That, I believe, is Children Reading Day in Spanish. So we have a storytelling and also book giveaway. All this program is free of charge, and all the material will be provided. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next, Joe Walker. Joe, you still here? He was here. You get tired of waiting? We'll go on to the next one, and maybe Joe will come back. Nicholas Tomas. Nicholas, please. He was here.
Good evening, Council, Mayor. My name is Nicholas Thomas. I'll start off by saying I am not a resident of Temple City, and I am coming here out of pure concern. You know, there's I didn't see the timer. So a friend of mine got a parking ticket. Somebody went behind her and sped behind her and parked and got out of his car, didn't identify himself, took pictures and drove off, and just threw her a parking ticket. Now she doesn't speak English very well, and you know, a large part of the population in Temple City doesn't speak English as their first and primary language. So, to me, it's concerning, and I feel like, you know, she was taken advantage of. Now, that's the issue. Kind of becomes two-part because I looked more into it, did a public record request, and you know, thank you, Peggy, for taking care of that, and I realized, you know, people are getting tickets for backing into parking spaces. You know, the parking officer is getting paid $5,500 a month plus benefits. And you know, the issue of backing into a parking space may seem small in the scheme of things, but this is happening every single day in the city of Temple City in the city paid parking lots. And I feel like not only is it unwelcoming, it's an outdated ordinance that was set in 1960. So not only is it outdated, but it's old, and it's happening every day. And I've tried to reach out to the Department of Transportation and Public Safety, and they haven't been really responsive. So I ask you as council if you can help me out in trying to address this issue or run it by the Department of Transportation and Public Safety, because I'm sort of getting the runaround here. They're telling me that, well, you got to talk to council, and to me, it just seems like a quick fix. It seems like a no-brainer. It seems like we should just get rid of the ordinance and let people back into parking spaces. Because, you know, repeatedly, people are getting ticket after ticket, and I don't see how it's conducive to public safety, and I more so see it as counterproductive. And to give out tickets, I ask, is it the motive either seems like it's, oh, also, as I was walking here, I was also informed that people are not able to park overnight, and that's concerning to me also, that people are lining up to try to get permits. So I will be back and I will follow up with you all, and hopefully we can make this change, make a difference. I know they're speaking about the issue in April. I'm going to go to that meeting also, and I hope that we can get rid of it.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Did Joe come back? No? All right. Anyone else like to speak at this time? Okay, hearing none, then I will close public comments, and we'll move on to item number 7, the consent calendar. All consent calendar items may be approved in a single motion as recommended unless removed for further discussion. If members of the City Council or persons in attendance wish to discuss any matters listed on the consent calendar, please address them at this time. Hearing none. So we can have a motion for the consent calendar. Councilmember Fish
Yes.
and Mann will abstain
Yes.
from
Thank you.
approving the consent calendar since they were not present at the time.
Make a motion to approve the consent calendar?
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, unanimously carried, so the consent calendar is approved. Now move on to item number 8, the public hearing. It's an adoption of an urgency ordinance number 15-1001 to extend a moratorium on massage establishments.
Good evening, members of the City Council. Before you tonight is an ordinance that would extend the moratorium that's presently on massage establishments. Back in 2008, the Senate passed a bill, SB 731, that preempted local governments to control massage establishments. The city's response to that was to redefine a massage establishment as a medical office use, and then required all medical offices to apply for a conditional use permit. Subsequently, AB 1147 brought forward allowed local governments to have control over massage establishments again. And so staff is currently looking at new regulations to oversee massage establishments. We're researching some best practices, and we're drafting some revised regulations on massage uses. However, during that time, the council has already placed a 45-day moratorium on new massage uses, and what we're asking for is an extension of that moratorium for 10 months and 15 days. That would give a total of 1-year moratorium on new massage establishments so that staff can finish bringing forward a recommendation for a new massage ordinance to the Planning Commission and to the council.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any council questions? None? Okay, then I would like to open up the public hearing. If anybody from the public would like to speak on this matter. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing, and now we will have council comment. Any comment from any council members? Okay, so I'll entertain a motion at this time.
Mr. Mayor, I move to introduce or ask the city clerk to read by title the ordinance, waive further reading, and adopt emergency ordinance number 15-1001, extending the moratorium for an additional 10 months and 15 days.
Okay, we have we have a motion and a second. Any objection? Why don't we have a, Peggy, you want to do a roll call vote?
Yes. Councilmember Fish?
Yes.
Councilmember Mann?
Yes.
Councilmember Sternquist? Yes. Mayor Pro Tem Yu?
Yes.
Mayor Chavez?
Yes.
Urgency ordinance number 15-1001, an urgency ordinance of the City Council of the City of Temple City, California, extending a moratorium on the issuance of any permit, license, approval, or entitlement pertaining to new massage establishments for a period of 10 months and 15 days.
Okay, thank you. All right, item 9, unfinished business, none. Number 10, new business, none. Communications, none. 12, update from our city manager.
Just briefly, Mayor Chavez, congratulations on your reelection, Councilmember Sternquist, and your election, Councilmember Fish and Councilmember Mann. We are here, we work for you, you're my bosses, and I look forward to a productive and fruitful relationship for many years to come. So thank you.
Thank you. Item 13, update from city attorney.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be brief. I also am looking forward to working with the new council. One of the things that came out of the previous council's city attorney evaluation process was a request that periodically I would give an update on legal issues to the council that members of the public might also hear. I thought this was a uniquely appropriate time to remind the public and the council, especially the new council members, that in California we have something called the Political Reform Act, and that there is a governmental body called the Fair Political Practices Commission that oversees the implementation of that. For council members and for officers such as the city manager and I and the city clerk and a number of employees, really that means we have to watch for financial conflicts of interest. And one of the primary documents that we use in monitoring financial interests is called a Statement of Economic Interest, otherwise known as the Form 700. Members of the public don't see this a lot, but I constantly remind members of the council, as the city clerk, about conflicts of interest and to report them. You'll hear them recuse themselves from actions occasionally, and that's because they have a potential conflict of interest. The council's always been very good and very attuned to that. But I thought it would be interesting for the council to note that some of your colleagues in other jurisdictions aren't always so attuned as this council is, and that the FPPC does watch and monitor and enforce these provisions. You've heard me mention mass mailing problems several times, that we try to avoid doing mass mailings. There recently were two jurisdictions, City of Rialto and the Truckee Airport District, that both got hit with $6,000 fines for doing mass mailings. Reporting of gifts is always a consistent problem to watch out for council members. Really all you have to do is report the gifts, keep track of them, and don't get above the gift limit. But if you fail to report them and then act on those items, you can be hit with a significant fine. There was a general manager of a municipal water district who was fined $30,000 for failing to report gifts and then taking action on items where the city manager or the general manager had a financial interest in that action. And then there are smaller violations in the $200, $300 range for things as simple as failing to record or report your financial interest on time, failing to file your Form 700 on time, failing to report a gift timely. FPPC is out there. They do monitor these forms. They look at the time of them. My office is here to help with any questions you have. The clerk's office does a very good job of monitoring the Form 700s. And I will note for the public that the Form 700s that any of the council or any of the other officers file are matters of public record, and they're on file in the clerk's office. Thank you for your time tonight. I'll try to bring little items of interest to the council every other month or so.
Great, thank you. Very nice. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll now move on to item 14, council reports regarding ad hoc or standing committee meetings. Do we have any reports?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, actually, I'm happy to report we squeezed one more meeting out of former Mayor Carl Bloom. The Rosemead Boulevard Improvement Project Standing Committee and the Facility Public Works and Infrastructure Ad hoc Committee didn't meet. We talked about the closeouts of Rosemead Boulevard project. We touched on the pavement management plan, and we also kind of touched on the bike master plan as well.
Great. Will we be then disbanding that soon, or no? Or are we going to keep that open for a while?
Well, I think that's subject to our
adjust that,
discussion.
All right, we'll adjust that next meeting. By the way, just to let our new members know, and also existing members, you'll probably be receiving an email from our city clerk regarding the ad hoc or standing committee meetings that you will be interested in serving on. So we'll get that information in the next couple of weeks, and then at the next meeting, we'll be appointing those positions. So, okay, we'll now move on to item 15, council items separate from the city manager's agenda. And we'll start with Councilmember Fish. Do you have anything that you would like to say at this point?
I would just like to again thank everyone for this opportunity to serve the residents in the community of Temple City. I look forward to it. I'm excited. I'm anxious. I know it's a lot of work, but I'm willing to put the hours in. And I also look forward to working with my fellow council members. I know that we can continue to, again, keep a high standard for us. And again, I look forward to working with our city manager and our city attorney.
Great, thank you. Councilmember Mann.
Just briefly, to at least to everyone who decided to stay and not chase after the food, thank you for staying, making us feel a little more special at this wee hours.
Maybe we should have had a hookup, a closed circuit hookup. We could have had TVs in the reception, and they could have been listening. Next time we'll do that.
All right, we'll bring that up.
All right.
So thank you all again, and it really is an honor and pleasure to be here and to be able to serve the community that I grew up in, that I've come to love, and is where I call my hometown, and where my family will continue to grow. And also, once again, look forward to working with everyone on the city council. There's a wealth of experience and knowledge that they have that I'm going to be picking slowly away. They've been, throughout the last couple of months, they've been more than willing to share their counsel and advice. So I'm very appreciative of that. That's really carried me a long way.
Thank you. Councilmember Sternquist.
Just want to congratulate our new mayor and Mayor Pro Tem. Of course, again, congratulations to William and Nan. And I'm going to have to say council member because Nan and Man sound so much alike. But just thank you to everyone. Fish.
That's the hard part.
Yes.
It's not calling me Nan. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Just a quick note about mosquitoes. It's been very hot. They are out in force. The mosquito and vector control is a little nervous about the recent heat and some findings. So please don't let water sit still. Empty your planters. Water your plants from the roots up. And try and use mosquito repellent if you're out.
Great, good advice. Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem, you.
Just very short. Tonight's really a night of celebration, and thank you everyone for attending. I'm looking forward to serving the last 2 years of my term.
Yes. Thank you. And again, congratulations to our new members, and look forward to serving this coming year with all of you. And we've got a lot of work on our table, and we're going to get it done. So look forward to it. Okay, now item number 16, reimbursement of expenses to city officials for conduct of city business. None. Now item number 17, we'll recess to successor agency to the Temple City Community Redevelopment Agency meeting. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Agency Member Fish.
Here.
Agency Member Mann.
Here.
Agency Member Sternquist.
Present.
Vice Chair Yu.
Here.
Chairman Chavez.
Here. Okay, item 3, consent calendar. We have a motion.
Move.
Second.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, hearing no objection, that is carried. Consent calendar. Item number 4, unfinished business, none. Item 5, new business, none. Item 6, communications, none. Item 7, public comments. Do we have any public comments? Seeing none, I'll close public comments. Number 8, update from executive director and agency council, none. Matters from agency members, none. Closed session, none, and we are in adjournment. Item 18, actions taken by city as successor agency to Temple City Community Redevelopment Agency. As you just heard, we had a couple items on the consent calendar, and that was it. Item 19, additional public comment on items not listed on the agenda. Does anybody wish to get up to speak at this point? I know you all want to get next door probably, right? So get out of here. Okay, hearing none, I will close public comments. And my gavel? We're in adjournment. Thank you for coming, and don't forget to come up next door. Yeah.